Hi there, this is Murph again. Today we're going to talk about audit in Red Hat Linux and CentOS based systems. If you want to monitor certain activities on your system for security and compliance reasons, you can make use of the audit daemon, which is also called Auditd in CentOS and Red Hat. I think SUSE also have it. Another distribution might also be able to use make use of this. But I'm just going to show you it's on running on CentOS 6. So usually in most cases when you run a base install of CentOS or Red Hat Enterprise Linux, the audit gets installed and in many cases it may be the service is already running. But if you need to install audit, you can just do yum install audit. So just go look for this package. It's taking a little longer. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna say yes. Okay, and this is a VM actually running. So now I should say service audit D status. It's not running. So there is a service called Auditd that basically runs the service. So before we do that, we can talk about it. So say I have a file called etc ssh sshd which holds my SSH server configuration, right? I want to monitor if anyone kind of modify this file at all. I want to monitor that and make sure that it's getting logged, and so that if something happens in the future, we can kind of make sure that can track it down, right? So to do that, what I do usually, there is a once install audit, there is a file called audit rules, right? That's where you can add your rules. So what you can do here is, for example, I have it actually, let me SSH to that box as I'm using the VM console. So I have SSH to this box here. I'm gonna make the font bigger. Okay, I think it's pretty big. So what I'm gonna do is vi, let's see, audit rules, and I'm gonna append. I have this already saved here. Append this rule here. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna monitor that. So the first part is the SW is basically the file, right? If you want to monitor file and directory, you can also do directory, right? So I could monitor the whole etc directory. So say I want to monitor the whole. Let's start with SSH, and I'm going to then go to directory, and then there's the path of the file, and then -p is basically what kind of operations I want to monitor. So I want to monitor write, attribute changes, read, and execution. And then -k is the SSH config. It's just a name that you can call a rule, right? So it can be anything, right? It can say SSH config. Sorry. Roof, right? So I can say that it's me. Okay. So let's do that and save it. You can keep the other one. There's a whole manual page around Audit, and it's like millions of operations that you can do on this audit configuration file. I'm just gonna give you a basic overview, and then you can play with it more to the manual. So once I modified that, I'm just gonna do service audit start. I guess I started the service, right? So now if I do tail, now everything that I do will be logged in there, var log audit, right? So I had it running before, Right, so I'm just gonna clean it up, and then I'm gonna open a new window. I'm gonna SSH that one as well. Keep this one on the side here. Kind of see how the monitoring happens. Show you. Sorry, making it bigger. Let's say I'm gonna go with my account actually. Let's do this VM. So you see, even it's marked the SSH access, right? So that's by default. Right. So you see, it's I'm trying to log in on the left, right? That'll be default setting for Auditd. So let's say do ls. Now it's no longer monitoring, right? So let's go to cat etc ssh sshd. You see, it's logging now. So I'm reading it, right? So it's gonna log here that I ran the cat command and my user ID is there 500. So if I do a cat cat password grep. So you see my user ID is 500, or I can just ID, right? That gives you I'm 500 user. So that's you can track down user based on this ID and can see what command was run, right? And then it's a lot of details. You can see the manual on that, but you can see that I did cat this file here, right? If I do something else, cat sc password, it doesn't log it, right? Let's make it more secure, because most of the configuration in Linux is under /etc directory. Let's say I want to make sure if anybody do anything on that directory, I want to be locked, right? So that I know someone changed the configuration. So I'm going to go to vi etc audit. Sorry. Actually, let me clear it out first. Okay. Add a sudo. Okay. Let's modify it. Say now we have to reboot the service. Okay, so we rebooted service, right? So now let's do I think we probably didn't do right. Oh, I did the wrong service. We were right. Auditd. You see, etc stuffs are getting modified right now, constantly, right? It's gonna be very chatty, because there are some system applications that also. So now let's do clear. Okay, gonna do. It's can be very chatty, so you have to be careful when you log, right? So you see that now it's getting logged, right? So etc password, right? So I'm just now one thing that you can do is if you have a syslog server, you can redirect all of this to a syslog server so that it doesn't fill up your disk. But Audit daemon comes up with a Sorry, just going to the audit config. Comes up with a very default configuration like Auditd.c on here. So there are some basic um, restrictions are configured already. Number of logs, how frequent and all that. You can take a look. There is this really you can modify this accordingly depending on your need. But in many cases, you could. The best idea is to log this stuff to a syslog server and not filling up your disk, and also not monitoring everything if not needed, so that it doesn't generate a lot of logs. So the other one that I want to show you is the report part, right? So you can basically generate a report summary. So if I do paste this command, it's called au report -x summary. It gives you kind of summary what was executed, all the execution happened on different files. Alright, so there are how many calls of those made, and this you can get really fancy with this, right? So I think man au report should give you some information, right? I'll run this. So you can do a lot of things with this, but it's there. It can use is to kind of report stuff. So that's about Auditd. I mean, it's a very useful tool for high secure systems where you wanna put some sort of a monitoring in place, and if something bad happens, you can go back and kind of see what was done on the system, so that you can do forensic analysis. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, just press like or subscribe to my videos. Thank you.